Good morning, everyone. It's your friend Rick. It is Sunday, December 3rd, 2017. If you need to reach me, you can email me at rick0327 at me.com if you wish to make a donation to receive my affidavits to, protect yourself and fight these people who are trying to ruin your life. And they ruined my life. So, it took me 4 years to finally prevail. And it was very hard, very stressful, very stressful. And I prevailed a year ago. And, I documented it. I have videos showing my journey. Um, so, you know, my experiences and my writing style led me to making affidavits for you guys. And what I'm doing now, this video is I'm going to show you guys. So this is for people who have my paperwork already, and if other people, they want to do their own paperwork, you want to piggyback on top of these, you want to write your own, go right ahead. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. What I started doing is I started making PowerPoint videos, and it's easier. I can't tell you how many times I get emails from people asking me what to do after they've already received my papers. And this is the window here. Okay, um, this is an email I send to you guys. This is one of many. I send 13 emails basically. You know, and if some of you out there only got 10, don't go, Rick, I only got 10 emails. All right, guys, you got the paperwork. All right, my paperwork's always evolving. Some of you out there, I don't even know if you're still in court anymore, but if you heard you didn't get all the paperwork that I'm offering, you feel like you got to have it. It's amazing. I had one guy's like, Rick, I only, you said you had 35 affidavits, but I only got 30. It's amazing. Anyway, and you have more than enough. Trust me. I told the guy, I go, buddy, you got more than your money's worth, and you got more than enough. I'm an overkill guy. That's why when you watch my videos, listen to my videos, I over-explain things on purpose. Okay, so this is I email you guys. These are all the affidavits. An affidavit of service. This is for the clerks because these wonderful people are really causing a lot of problems these days because this is how strong my paperwork is now. We're actually, we're knocking on the door now in the courts, and they're really busted shots. Because see, what these people do is they take the paperwork and they walk away, and then they bring it to the judge or the fake judge, and they tell them to basically make up an excuse not to accept your paperwork, or they want you to file their paperwork so they can turn you down. Like Kayshawn is trying to file a writ of habeas corpus, and they're trying to make him file an order to show cause. What does the order to show cause have to do with writ of habeas corpus? There wasn't no order to show causes that I'm aware of when they created writ of habeas corpus. Writ of habeas corpus is when your liberties are being restrained. You're allowed to demand the court explain why. They say it's produced a body. It's also produced reasons why. Okay, and now that we're because I'm doing my homework, and I also take different approaches. I purposely don't watch other people's videos. I stay within my own world. I don't want anybody saying that I'm copying off of them. Okay, I do my own thing. My paperwork is my own. I don't cut and copy off anybody's paperwork. I've created every one of them by myself. All right, I cut and copy the information that's out there, but no, I don't cut and copy anybody else's paperwork. These are my writings, my affidavits. Okay, so again, so they're telling him to file an order to show cause. Well, I could tell you that I filed about 4 or 5 orders to show cause in my life, and every single one of them was denied. Where the judge refuses, that you got to get a judge to sign to give you permission to have it done. And I don't know of anybody that's by themselves. All right, I never had an attorney for this, but I'm gonna make an educated uh, guess that an attorney won't do this for you either. Okay, well, actually, I know this because I went to a high-priced attorney, a matrimonial attorney in Manhattan. He's a very famous guy. Okay, and they were kissing my rear end. I told a story one time in one of my videos, and I told him, after they read my paperwork, and my paperwork was like, yeah, you guys committed a crime, you need to be arrested, da da da, and they were kissing my rear end because they knew I was right. Like, oh, your paperwork's very good, not that I was wrong. So they were, blowing smoke up my rear end. But when I asked him, I go, yeah, but all right, so you want this much money? Are you going to file an order to show cause? And he's like, no, we're not going to do it. I go, why not? You just told me that my paper was very good and all this other stuff. I want you to file an order to show cause. No, we're not going to do that. So they wanted me to hire them to shut me up. That's another reason why these courts, they try and force an attorney on you to shut you up. When you don't have an attorney, you can say whatever you want in there. They don't want you. They don't want you to have. They don't want your mouth to be moving, especially if it's moving and these words are coming out of your mouth. That's called the truth. They don't like that. Okay. Anyway, I'm on this ramble. So these are all the affidavits that I have. Okay. So what I did was I put together instructions, right? Real simple. These are what you're going to file before going. All right. And then I put together a slideshow. Okay, right here. So before you go to court, all right, you're going to file an affidavit objection. All right, we are in. This is another one of these Rickisms where I use the wrong words. I used to call Nias Prius court. It's a Nisi Prius court. But listen, again, I had the facts right. Okay, it means unless he objects. Okay, so it's a nisi prius court. That's what these courts are that you're in, these child support courts. It's all based on presumptions. If you do not rebut the presumption, which another word for rebut is object. So if you don't object, it stands as truth. So right here it says a nisi procedure is to which a person has failed to object. A nisi prius court which will proceed unless a party objects. So what I do is, the first thing I have you guys do, all right, is file an objection, special appearance, right? All right, let's get this out of the way. Okay, right there, special appearance. All right, let's see what this looks like. Right, notice the court, objection, special appearance, demand proof of injury. Okay. All right. Why are you objecting? Your objection because you are in a nisi prius court that requires you object, or everything you are accused of is considered fact because you remain silent. Okay. Any appearance by this is what you're going to be saying in your special appearance. Any appearance by the undersigned respondent is not voluntary and requires evidence the undersigned court, you're the undersigned, you're the respondent, caused, excuse me, the petitioner an injury in fact, okay? Okay, right here, this case law right here, Lujan, Secretary of the Interior versus Defenders of Wildlife, is a very important Supreme Court decision for us because it states that there's a constitutional minimum standard that the plaintiff or petitioner must meet or the case it should be thrown out because the court is not likely to successfully redress and remedy. Redress means they're going to look at it, and remedy, they're going to remedy the problems you presented with facts and evidence. Okay, so where's the proof now? Excuse me. Where's the proof that you caused some type of injury because they're claiming you didn't pay child support? Now remember, if they're receiving welfare, how are they injured if the child is being taken care of? Although the state is taking care of the child, how are they going to prove that the state is taking care of your child because of you? All right, I'm not going to tell you guys what to say, but if I was you guys, I'd try and keep your mouths shut. Many of you go in there and you talk too much and you give them too much information. I was out of work, and as soon as you start telling them you were out of work or you got to pay the, you just admitted that you weren't paying child support. Okay, and you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can and will be used against you. Guess what? Oh, I was out of work, or the child supposed to, I couldn't pay, I got behind, I got hurt. You just made a statement in court that they're going to use against you. Keep your mouth shut. This is why I have you do this. The reason why I have you file these affidavits is these are doing the talking for you. When you show up to court and they try to ask you questions, say, I am not speaking today. I filed affidavits, notices to the court, and I am waiting for your response. Okay? We're doing this also because we're setting you up for an appeal down the road. If you do everything right on appeal, this is going to show up on the, on the breakdown of what happened in the case. They're going to show that you filed all these affidavits. And because you're going to bring, when you go to court, you're going to bring one for them, one for you, that you're going to have stamped. And why do you have to do this? Because I'm telling you, the people in the clerk's office, they are so wicked. I had a guy here in Queens, guy Frank. He went and filed the paperwork, and he didn't bring the two copies. So when he submitted the paperwork and they stamped it, as soon as he walked away, the people in the clerk's window, you know what they did? They either threw them in the garbage or they did not forward it to the support magistrate, the fake judge. So when he went to court, the support magistrate was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have anything. And Frank was like, well, I filed it and they stamped it. And he's like, well, I don't have it. But if Frank had gotten a copy, he could have showed it right to them, right? Here it is. Picture me right now having a piece of paper in my hand, pointing it, to them. Here it is. So that's very, this is the type of people we're dealing with, guys. We gotta dot our I's and cross our T's. And that's what I try to do in my videos because all of this stuff happened to me. All right? I went to court at least 25 times, and I can't tell you how many pieces of paper I filed. All right? So let all of my mistakes work for you. Also, what I'm doing is as we're going along, other subscribers of mine who have my paperwork, I'm adjusting my paperwork to the response that they're getting from the court. So that's why, like now, my paperwork is much stronger now than it was 6 months ago. Okay? We're reacting to these people. All right? Okay, so the evidence doesn't appear in the court. When you do show up is by special appearance, meaning that the court must show jurisdiction. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They're going to ignore this stuff. They always do. Okay? So then we're going to just have to wait how they respond. And we'll deal with that later. But you know what? If so long as you submitted the paperwork and you have copies of the stamp on it, all right, you did your part. Okay? Okay. Now, what we do is another affidavit. You do the special appearance. Now we're going to do notice to court change of venue. Why are we doing that? Well, because these child support courts, they're an administrative court. Okay, they're not going to give you all your rights that you're entitled to in the Bill of Rights. And every state constitution has a trial by jury guarantee as well. It tells you if every state constitution has it, and it's in the United States Constitution, that means they must give it to you. Even if there's some bullshit state code or statute, well, child support we don't provide on the child support. Well, guess what? Bring me to a court that does. Because if the United States Constitution allows you to have, not allows you, excuse me, guarantees your right to a trial by jury, and the state guarantees your right to a trial by jury, what does that mean? It means you have a right to a trial by jury. Here is another reason. Another reason is because you do not want the judge. You're eliminating the judge issuing a summary judgment. A summary judgment is the support orders that they're issuing. The fake judge or the judge, they surmise what happened. They make a summary. Summary what happens, this, that, the other thing, and in that it'll say the court has jurisdiction and we find without of course with no facts or evidence. That's why it's a summary judgment. But in a trial by jury, all right, we just had the case out in San Francisco with the illegal alien guy, and he, shot the girl. Well, guess what? Did the judge find him innocent or not guilty? No, it was the jury. Okay, that's and because it's a jury trial, guess what? They can't bring him back to court anymore. Well, that's what we're looking for. We want the court to be impartial, and the only way it can be impartial is by a trial by jury, right? Demand trial by jury. We're just talking about that, okay? So these are the reasons why. I just gave it to you, okay? Affidavit of service. All these papers that you're submitting, now you got to have somebody, not you, over the age of 18, fill out an affidavit of service. Right here. Okay, now the address, the person serving, their address on the date of service that you're dropping it in the mail, served, they're within the name of the documents. Try and squeeze them in. So if you're serving, you don't have to have a different affidavit of service for every document. You can serve all the documents and put it on here, so squeeze them in. Okay? Upon the name, the address of the person you're sending it to, or an agency or whatever, a lawyer, check X and serve. All you gotta do is by regular mail. Drop it in the mailbox, and that's it. You did your part, and then they're gonna have it sworn in front of a notary public, and then you're gonna make copies, and you're gonna submit the original copy with all the affidavits that you're filing. Okay, as proof that you served it. Very important, because they look for any reason to dismiss your paperwork. All right, and that's it. Okay, so we're going to cut this video short. All right, you guys can go back and read the slides. Right, here's one, slide two, slide three, slide 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Here's the interrogatories. Remember I said recently I'm not a fan of these. Well, if you're dealing with the petitioner being a child support agency, and the baby mother or the father, then you file interrogatories. The reason why I was telling you not to, because I was having people send interrogatories to the child support agency. Okay, when they're not the petitioner. And what they're doing is they're objecting. Well, there's no matter on the books. They're saying there's no matter in the court, so you can't file it. Well, if they're the petitioner, now you use the interrogatories against them. Okay? It's in the instructions. Affidavit of service. All right, so, and that's it. Okay, so these are the affidavits you're going to file before going to court. They're going to do the talking for you. They're not happy about these things, trust me. And when you go to court, you're not going to be sworn in. You're going to say, no, I'm not here to testify. I submitted affidavits to the court demanding the court shows me evidence of jurisdiction and evidence submitted by the petitioner of an injury in fact. Squeeze all that in there. Get it on the record. Okay? And then, of course, they're probably going to ignore you, but you got it on the record. All right? And that's about it. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you guys soon.